only source for all the stuff you care about. I'm Candace Bailey. Hey.
You do realize, by virtue of the fact that I'm not wearing a dress, this show is automatically better than yesterday's show already.
I don't know, I really liked you in a dress.
Thank you very much.
I acted like I didn't, but I secretly did.
Nobody else did. Nobody else did. I, of course, am Blair Herter. Thank you. Thank you. Morgan Webb is on set, too, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin could not be here today. I am so sorry. He is trapped in a basement. My basement. Shackled up like the sex beast he is. We're coming live from the G4 studios in Los Angeles as a sex beast. It's a gross thing. I'm sorry I said that.
Oh, you're already creeping me out again, Blair. On the show today, Blair sits down with a ripped cast of the MMA movie Warrior. I think they're a little bit more ripped than me.
No, you look exactly like Tom Hardy. You totally do. Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't get punched in the face. Then Rex Lee from Entourage will join us live in studio. He'll tell us what it's like getting yelled at by Jeremy Piven all day.
Sounds like fun. Plus, we're going to look in the future when Morgan Webb, who is over there right now. Morgan, can I get a scream? Wow. Morgan is going to be joining us to discuss the ball's biggest games in Game Break. That was really impressive. And watch people intentionally injure themselves for your amusement in great moments in Game
But first, time for some fun internet video.
We should do that thing.
Around the net.
Let's do it. I'm doing it today.
Thanks for clapping. Yeah. Oh, wait, one more time. Yeah. Right on. In at number 5 today, just a good old-fashioned cookout, roasting baked beans on the fire.
Yeah, here's the deal. Remove the beans from the can first.
Been looking like that for a while. Kaboom! Kaboom!
Who would have saw that coming? Who saw that coming?
Not me.
Jeez.
Well, that is a way to turn the family picnic into Vietnam.
So depressing. Yeah, they really jumped the gun on that. I'm not even gonna. No, that's just. Oh my God, that's so depressing.
Oh, come on.
I got so many. Nam was a hard time for me. I don't want to talk about it. Let's just move on to the next one.
All right.
I got memories.
You don't want to say your joke that you had?
Here's the thing. They're supposed to explode out of fat asses.
Oh, Blair. The Kardashian jokes were for yesterday's
Boo!
show.
Kardashian joke! We hate them.
Today's number 4 item is a video that really highlights just how much fun you're not having.
Yeah, slip and slide are great and all, but one way to make them more entertaining for everyone is to get pulled down the slide on a raft tied to an ATV.
That sounds really dangerous.
You're right, Candace. That does sound really awesome.
So much fun. I want to do it.
I love those kids so much. I mean, look, they're so young, they're so wholesome, they're so full of life and fun. Just
you hate them, don't you?
I'm not saying I hate them, but if that river is contaminated with get-a-job-itis, I ain't gonna be crying my tears for those people. You know what I mean? Seriously, I'm related to most of those kids. Go to work. Just go to work.
Don't be jealous.
So jelly.
In at number 3 today, a musical greeting from Mexico!
Yay! It is a land known for football, headless tourists, and now, innovación! hygienic brass section ever. But you should see the dude when he plays an old keg. He plays a tuba like no other. Yeah, it was nice.
Okay, but honestly, how hard can turning a 2-liter bottle into a trumpet be?
Well, ironically enough, we have some 2-liter bottle trumpet
Shut the
things
front
right
door.
here. Look at these things
Oh
right
my
here. Let's find
gosh.
out. Should be easy enough if I'm my blowholes. What, is that a good thing? Do we?
Yeah, Blair, that's a good thing.
Ah! Didn't hurt. And at number 2 today is Funny or Die's live. That one hurt. That one actually hurt a little bit.
Yay!
And at number 2 is Funny or Die's live-action recreation of the animated series Captain Planet, starring Academy Award nominee Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle is a serious guy. So for him, saving the planet is serious business.
They're going to destroy the forest.
We have to do something. Let our powers combine. Earth, fire, tide. With your powers combined, I am Captain Planet. Go Planet!
Well, Planeteers, what seems to be the problem?
They're cutting down the trees.
Then I guess we'll have to plant some more.
Captain Planet, stop right now!
My heart, it hurts.
I can't let you do that, Captain.
Don't summon me again unless you're ready for that pain.
Peace. Holes.
Power is mine, bitches.
I like that he's like thrusting him out.
That's how you make trees. You didn't know that?
I didn't
That's
know
exactly-
that. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Now
here's
I
the thing,
know.
though, and it's actually not that funny. That's actually no
Oh, it's
worse
not?
than Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties. It's not. And that's a real movie they paid for.
Garfield didn't kill anyone in that movie.
You actually got to watch the director's cut, especially for the sex scenes. Because they're raw.
Okay, now you're as creepy as Kevin or more.
So raw.
Can we get a different guy? He's creeping me out.
Sadly, no. You cannot. Still ahead of the best farewell to summer we've ever seen.
The party is finally over in our number 1 ATM.
So raw. Do that.
We rarely do this, but today's number 1 is a clip we brought you once before. It is so good that it's number 1 again.
Yeah, summer's almost over, and well, actually, the same can be said of these guys who went down a water slide but didn't double check the status of the pool below the water slide.
Gnarly, Bradley. Gnarly.
No applause! No applause!
Okay, so what exactly were those two hoping to accomplish
Well,
there?
I'm glad you asked, Candace Bailey. Class, direct your attention over here, please. I'll show you what we've got here. Obviously, you saw in the video the very obvious injury is the cranial crack right there. You can also tell when he hit the stairs, he got himself a severe cervical strain, which is quite painful.
No.
However, the part that you couldn't see because he was wearing a bathing suit is that if you just direct your attention down here, there's something missing in this area. That's because he completely severed his wangus off, and that actually shifted down into his inner thigh. And as we all know, you don't want your wangus there. You want it there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That is what happened.
Thank you, Blair Hurd.
You're very welcome.
Such a tragedy.
Call now.
He's a dinosaur and a gynecologist. Dino. Did you find my keys yet?
At least I can find my car now.
Dino, Dino.
Call now.
What's the worst fight you've ever gotten into with your brother? It could not have been this bad. Taking sibling rivalry to the octagon, in Warrior, two brothers settle their differences mano-a-mano in the brutal world of mixed martial arts.
This is impossible. The two men fighting for the championship tonight are brothers. Let's go war!
First question, did you guys work through your problems? Because if you get in a fight, I am not able to break you two up. Is everything cool right now?
We're all even. It's fantastic.
Yeah, everybody good?
It's all sorted. We had a little chat.
With your fists.
We had a cuddle and we're good. I'm in IMAX. You get 3D.
How does it feel to be the Adrian of a new generation?
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of pressure. I mean, I was a huge Rocky fan, so to kind of reinvent that role in someone's life was very exciting.
I thought we agreed that we weren't going to raise our children in a family where their father gets beat up for a living.
I was a wrestler. I was from Iowa, you know, and
That's what you guys do there.
Yeah.
You wrestle.
Yeah, it was cold. It was such a brilliant script, but I called Gavin and I said, do we really have to go through the MMA, you know?
Right.
Can't we find some other? He said, no, Nick. He said, look, what you gotta do is you gotta go to these fights. You gotta meet their parents. You gotta see what it is, you know? You got them!
You could have used really any sport. Why bring in MMA? Because it's never really been done before, and you did it so effectively.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why. It's never been done before. And I wanted to do MMA because I love the sport, and also because it's fresh and new. It's the fastest growing sport in the world. I call the movie an intervention in a cage. One brother saves the other brother's life by beating the out of him. That's really what it's driving towards.
Worst injury. Either one of you, something happened, you're like, I just lost my eyeball.
Eric Bad Apple kicked me in the ribs with some pads on, so 16 times, and cracked one of them, and in that opening fight. But it wasn't that really hurt. It was my little toe when I kicked him back.
Are we here to win this fight? Because if we're not, I will throw in the towel.
And on the other side of things, the diet. What's the absolute crappiest thing you ate after you got away from chicken and broccoli?
I think the angriest I ever got at Tom during the shooting was not over any fighting. It was watching him eat a big piece of chocolate cake at lunch. And I was like, I want to hit you.
I'm just eating the chocolate cake. I was hungry.
You know, I want to hobble with my little broken toe.
I'll take my little broken toe and my chocolate cake over here. And I want my mummy. Guess I forgot to put that down in my application.
What's some broken bones and a bloody nose between brothers, right? In Warrior, it's all in the family. A family that beats the out of each other. Well, if I have a UFC barbecue at my house, will you come by?
Sure.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Invitation will be in the mail, sir.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Look at that. Yeah, you heard him. Nick Nolte's coming to my house. That's not going to suck. Warrior's out in theaters on September 9th. And guys, summer's over. All you gamers out there, summer's over. Which means we finally get some games to play. Yay! Thank God. Let's game break this. Well, hello, X Plays Morgan Webb.
You guys. Nice. Love it.
Well done. It's over.
It's over.
Bring the rain down.
It is over.
Oh, it's been the worst summer in memory.
It has been just the saddest, most miserable summer. There's nothing to play at all.
We are so excited. But first thing we got to do a little business first.
All right, business.
First game we're going to talk about. Personally, Morgana and myself think maybe a little overhyped because of the trailer alone.
So they put out this trailer.
Of course, we're talking Dead Island. Talking Dead Island.
I guess we should have brought the people at home in on this, but Blair and I are just psychically connected.
Yeah.
There's this trailer, and everybody went. I'm trying to think of a word that doesn't involve swearing. They went crazy for it. They went crazy for this trailer, and they thought it's going to be the best thing ever. But the trailer didn't show any gameplay.
I feel like we've had a lot of zombie games.
Yeah, we have. And this is obviously a discussion we've had quite a bit. And the developers of the game said we are bringing something different to the table. And they are trying to do a couple of things.
Yeah.
What are those
so
things?
It's actually sort of melee combat. So it's sort of melee first-person shooting. So you get weapons, you can sort of craft weapons, put weapons together. But basically, any sort of projectile, you're going to be throwing something. You're getting in there. You're getting, this is not far combat. We're up close and personal.
See, and I'm not trying to tell people how to make games, but if you're fighting against something whose only attack is to bite you, you want to stay as far away as possible from them. But I'm not trying to tell you how to make your game.
But I think people who are zombie fans are really going to like this game. I'm personally not the biggest fan of zombie games, so that's sort of just, we all have different opinions.
Yeah, very much so. And again, it is kind of the first of what is going to be a couple of months of awesomeness.
Right.
So if you don't have anything to play.
We're already seeing Madden. Resistance 3 is also coming out next week.
Right. Let's talk about the ending of one of, well, probably the manliest trilogy in the history of video games. Gears of War 3 is finally, that particular story is coming to a close.
Yes.
What do you know about the final chapter?
So it takes place 18 months after Gears of War 2. Something that's very exciting for me is that there's ladies in it.
Finally! No, and the ladies are doing things that contribute to the story.
Oh, no.
They're not just hiding or they're missing.
Or forgetting to wear their tops.
Yes.
Yes, you can actually, there's 4-player co-op. You can play as females. They're burly. They're manly women. I mean, they've got the fun.
Perfect.
They have the big cog armor, and of course, multiplayer is a huge thing with Gears of War 3, and they have Beast Mode, which is sort of reverse horde mode. And so this is going to be an epic release. This is one of those things that everybody is going to stay home and play. And of course, we're going to find out if Carmine lives or dies, which is another fun thing about the series.
Yeah, and we all know you want him to die.
Absolutely.
It's okay to admit that. Poor Carmine.
Because I love tradition. I'm a traditionalist. And if he's died in all the other games, he needs to die a horrible, ridiculous, frivolous death in this game, too.
Sure, that's totally valid. You should talk to a therapist. And listen, in October, there's also, and this is something that I spoke about a little bit yesterday on the show, but it's kind of flown a little below the radar because Bethesda also has another big game coming out. But Rage looks sweet.
I'm so excited about this that I want to stand up, but then the camera people will get mad at me because I'm going to be out of frame. I have gotten a chance to play Rage at QuakeCon, and it plays like butter. It plays so beautifully and smoothly, and everything is where you want it to be. And I just think it's going to be amazing. I'm crunching my cards right now in anticipation.
So.
Yeah, it was good stuff. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, obviously, I can tell.
A little bit.
The cards
thank
you for that.
Soon.
It is. And also a quick note to point out, too, id Tech 5, I think Unreal is obviously the dominant engine in the industry, but I think id Tech 5 is going to be adapted by quite a few people because it makes a game play like no other game has ever played.
They totally rethought the way that they develop games and make games and are able to create a realistic world, and it is... Trying to think of a word that doesn't include swearing. Beautiful.
Very cool. Well, thank you for joining me on a mini X-Play here. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Morgan Webb, ladies and gentlemen. That's right.
Let's send it back over to Attack of the Show.
Still ahead! How can sports make you fatter? Well, when you have droids play them for you. Robot news is ahead. And Rex Lee from Entourage is here to discuss life after Lloyd right after this.
That was
proud
good.
of myself. I did it. I said my kind of great. Doing this thing. What? That's hilarious. I hate you guys.
Someday the robots will rise up and kill you.
Okay. Until then, though, guys, they're going to be playing sports. Seriously, you guys, they're playing sports.
As time goes by, humans are quickly becoming obsolete thanks in part to science and the ever-improving world of robotics. So let's go meet some of our newest metallic replacements. First up is RoboKeeper. This athletic machine was designed for one thing and one thing only: blocking balls. RoboKeeper, a robotic super goalie designed by Fraunhofer IML in Germany, is nearly impossible to score on by most humans. By using 2 cameras and a computer capable of processing 3D images 50 times per second, this supercharged goalie can react quicker than a ball can reach the net. When the ball is kicked, the computer sends a signal to an aircraft-grade gearbox attached to the goalie that accelerates at 700 feet per second to intercept the ball. While blocking goals is impressive, it was originally developed as a way to improve industrial vision-based applications where robots need to have quick reaction times, like grabbing items on a fast-moving conveyor belt. RoboKeeper also comes in miniature and Wiimote-controlled versions that can be rented for a small fortune if you really need to work on your penalty kicks. But if you believe soccer is filled with too many hooligans, then perhaps a gentlemanly game of billiards with a robot is more your style. Designed by Cotesis and the Technical University in Munich, this pool-playing AI uses a camera and humanoid arms to gracefully sink balls in the pocket. Custom software built into the robot uses the overhead camera to view the balls and calculate which shots are easiest. It then figures out where to position its arms and how much power to give in order to achieve victory. Cotesis developed robots like these to help robots understand their environment and learn to adapt from their successes and failures. With an ever-improving success rate of over 80%, we wonder how soon it'll be till we see the pool-playing robot on the pro circuit. And finally, after studying how insects work together in the wild, researchers have created Swarmanoid. Developed as part of the Future and Emerging Technologies project in Europe, Swarmanoid is composed of 3 unique mini-bots that work together to complete complicated tasks: hand, foot, and eye bots. The hand bot manipulates items using its claws and has a retractable grappling cable that allows it to climb up walls. However, the foot bots are the real heavy lifters. They have grippers that physically link up with hand bots and other foot bots to form a larger unit. iBots are the scouts of the group. They capture environmental data from above and relay it back to the swarm on the ground. They can even attach to the ceiling and turn off their propellers to conserve precious energy. The idea is that one day swarmanoids like these will replace humans in dangerous environments, perform search and rescue missions, or even be sent into space for interplanetary exploration. So, that's it. Soon enough, we'll be replaced by a bunch of soccer-playing, pocket-filling swarm bots that'll surely do everything better than we ever did.
I don't know.
Pretty cool. But I have to tell you, the day they invent a hosting robot, we are doomed.
Oh, no, that actually already exists.
It does?
It's called Ryan Seacrest. Oh! Seacresting!
Ha ha ha, good one, player.
Thank you, robotic Ryan Seacrest.
And now there's only one thing to do when news approaches.
Yeah, find a Sarah Underwood. Stat!
I thought you guys were going to say it was me. I was the hosting robot, and I was going to give you one of these.
Whoa, that's...
Whoa!
Not half a bird.
No, it's a knuckle sandwich.
I'm kind of insulted.
It's a knuckle sandwich.
I'm going to put this right in your schnoz.
Hey, come back to me over here. Start the feed!
All the news you need to know.
The feed.
It's Wednesday, August 31st, and here are your top stories. AT&T has been trying to score a $39 billion takeover of T-Mobile, but the Department of Justice has one thing to say to this: hell to the no. Yeah. Earlier today, the DOJ filed a complaint to block the proposed merger. They said the acquisition would violate antitrust laws and, quote, substantially lessen competition for mobile wireless telecommunications. They also said this will result in higher prices, poorer quality services, fewer choices, and fewer innovative products. Sounds like we're not the only ones who have dropped calls on our iPhones. Revenge is sweet, AT&T, yeah!
Scary.
Yeah. Good. and it's starting to seem like Apple product testers should never leave the house. Seriously, just stay inside, because CNET has learned that once again an unreleased iPhone was lost at a drinking establishment, this time a San Francisco tequila lounge. No specific details about the phone are available, except that it may have been sold for only $200 on Craigslist, and that Apple investigators and the police have had no luck tracking it down. But if you have it, and it is indeed the new iPhone 5, I bet Gizmodo would love to talk to you. And
your grandparents used to send salami to their boys in the army, but now Google is making it easy for what?
Did my
I
grandparents
guess
do
so.
that?
I don't know.
That's the creepiest
You
army
don't know
present.
my grandparents.
Word on the street is that's what they did back in the days, okay? That's what I heard. Don't make fun of me. Anyways, Google is making it easier for military families to connect. How nice. From now on, calls are free from Gmail to the States with a valid .mil email address. Yes, that's awesome. Once the military address is verified within your Google account, you won't be paying any charges no matter where Uncle Sam sends you to roam. Well done, Google. We salute you and our troops. Love you both. And in the past, Jack White has paired up with legendary musicians like Loretta Lynn, the Rolling Stones, and Bob Dylan. So could someone please explain to us why he's now working with the Insane Clown Posse? What? I know. I don't know. White has... This makes no sense. White has produced a single for the semi-musical Sociopaths based on an obscure Mozart melody. That's even weirder. The new track is titled Leck mich, I'm Arch, which is fake German for lick me in the... Well, you can figure out the rest. Do we know why this is happening? No, we don't. We just sincerely hope this is a really weird prank somehow. I don't know. And finally, the internet is up in arms over a female Gizmodo writer who warned of the perils of online dating when she ended up going out with a Magic the Gathering world champ. I don't know what this bitch is complaining about. That's it. Right? Am I right? What? That doesn't sound bad to me at all. God, I don't like this lady. Anyways, it all started when the desperate bachelorette decided to join the dating site OkCupid. Initially dissatisfied with the site's male offerings, she thought she'd finally found a normal fellow named John. But when she learned that he was Magic the Gathering world champ John Finkel, she was not shy about saying that it completely turned her off. So after a second date, she ignored the poor guy, never spoke with him again. Instead, she wrote a tell-all on Gizmodo that bashed John for not disclosing his nerdery up front, perhaps forgetting... I hate her.
Dumb.
I hate her. I mean, did she forget that Gizmodo is read by, freaking nerds, you idiots? John has since responded on Reddit and said that he felt violated, but he was doing just fine. Having won over $500,000 playing Magic probably helps. And John, if you're still saying, I'll go on a date with you, I feel bad. I'm Sarah Underwood, and you've just been fed. Now over to you guys.
I think you're going to have a date.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Johnny boy, you just won. And chick that wrote the article, have fun with all your cats. The fall season means cooler weather, people. Better movies and the return of fantasy football.
So get ready. We have got the secrets to dominating your league.
The lockout has been lifted, training camp is in session, and that can only mean one thing. Fantasy football is back. But if you're sick of spending your season on the losing side of the ball, here's a few simple things that you can do this year to get a leg up on your league and take home the crown of fantasy champion. This season, it's all about the free agents. With the free agency period being shortened from its typical 5 months to only 5 weeks, it was almost impossible to keep up with all of the signings and the trades this offseason. RotoWorld.com is the best resource for any fantasy player looking for updates on all the latest signings, trades, and cuts. With over 1,000 roster moves made during the shortened offseason, there will be a ton of players who get overlooked by most fantasy owners. So be on the lookout for former second stringers who are poised to start with their new squad. We think guys like running back Tim Hightower or wide receiver Steve Breston are just a few players on new teams that could be potential mid-round gems in this year's draft. But the player on everyone's mind heading into this year's draft isn't a free agent, it's Michael Vick. The controversial Vick is coming off the best season of his career. He threw for over 3,000 yards, ran for almost 700, and scored 30 touchdowns. But is he worth the hype? Well, absolutely. With his arm strength and agility, Vick is a threat to score on any play, no matter where he is on the field. He's also got the most explosive offense in the NFL on his side, with superstar receiver Deshaun Jackson, emerging running back LaShawn McCoy, and newly acquired possession receiver Steve Smith. The only knock against Vick is that he's liable to get injured again because he runs the ball so much. But we say, so what? He can win you games by himself, so he's well worth the risk. Speaking of injury-prone players, most people will tell you to stay away from them, but not us. We believe in handcuffing these often injured players. Handcuffing is when you draft a starter and his backup as an insurance policy. If you decide to draft Darren McFadden early, you should handcuff him by picking up his backup, Michael Bush. By essentially hedging your bet, you'll be able to maximize your value in case of an injury. So now you're all set for your draft. Stick to these simple tips and you'll be ready to tackle your opponents head on.
Amazing news for you.
Really, do you? Is it the fact that all new episodes of Marvel's Iron Man and Wolverine will air Friday night at 11 only on G4?
Oh my God, how the hell did you know that?
Oh, I actually just went to our website. It's g4tv.com/Marvel. Yeah.
Well played, Blair.
Thank you,
Well
Candace.
played.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. Rex Lee, the much abused Lloyd of Entourage, will be here.
Here's a question for you. Would you deface Michelangelo's statue of David for a marble statue of yourself? You logged on to G4TV.com and told us what you thought. We'll have the results after the break.
Fail. You're dead. Major fail. Fail. Fail, 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 fail. You lose.
The results are in, and about 38% of you said you would deface Michelangelo's David for a marble statue of yourself. It's not as if the statue of David is one of the greatest masterpieces ever created, so why not draw an ASCII penis or two on his forehead? Log on to G4TV.com for more questions like this and tell us just how far you'd go.
What is wrong with you people? The only thing tougher than making it in Hollywood is making it in fictional Hollywood.
I had my breakfast meeting with Stephen Levitan this morning. Congrats. You going to be the new gay on Modern Family? No, I'm going to be the new agent of one of the biggest showrunners in the business. Very impressive. It's not a done deal.
Well, make it a done deal, and I'll pay for the lipo so you can stop fretting about all that failed dieting. Keep going.
Well, Mr. Levitan is concerned that this may not be the smartest place for him, seeing as how our TV department is kind of defunct. Well,
tell him it isn't.
I'm not a good liar, Ari. Truth is, it needs a new head, and I'd like to be the one to refunk it.
Is that the second thing?
No.
Well, tell that to me, and then I'll decide.
This one's harder to share.
You got 30 seconds.
My meeting was at Flay's.
Did they take the Ari Golden Corn Tamale off the menu?
No, it's still there.
What? Speak, or I'll rip your tongue out and serve it to my son's lizard.
Please welcome Rex Lee.
Hey.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Now, there are only 2 episodes left. Are you going to miss going head-to-head with Jeremy Piven?
Totally. He's an amazing actor, and...
He's a hoot.
He's a hoot. And the best thing for an actor is to go to work and have fun with another actor. So.
Now, do you guys get to, is it totally scripted, or do you get to riff with each other?
Oh my God, I just called him Ari.
Yes, you did.
Jeremy likes to improvise a lot, so I
He
go.
does.
Yeah, I do. He
That
does.
makes it
Oh my
fun.
God, I can't speak English
fine.
today. Is the problem?
I can never speak English.
We have to switch to another language.
Yes.
He likes to improvise, and if I don't want him to steamroll over me, I have to be ready to play.
Yeah.
So we improvise a lot, and very little of that makes it into the final edit.
Oh, really? But that's awesome. So you must be like, are you bummed that this is the end, or are you excited?
Everything. I'm sad.
It's time.
And yeah, it's time. Yeah,
I'm sure it's been
ready for the future.
Such an amazing experience.
It's been amazing.
It's 8 years, right?
8 years. It changed my life.
I bet. Now,
in Hollywood parlance, I was a nobody, and now I'm.
now you're a huge star.
I don't know about
you're
that,
like
but
the biggest of the biggest stars. Now, do you get recognized much?
I do. I get recognized every day.
Really?
Usually, I'm just walking down Sunset Boulevard, and some person yells out their window, "Lloyd!"
Of course. Are there ever places that you don't like to get recognized?
Well, I found out the hard way that I don't want people to talk to me while I'm urinating.
You don't?
No.
That's so weird that you wouldn't want that.
I was in a museum in San Francisco, and some guy just really wanted to talk to me while I was standing there, and I was just kind of like, "Shut up!"
This is so. But do they like scope it out? I don't know. I think that they would.
In that instance, that didn't happen. He just really wanted to talk to me.
Oh, really? Did he try to like shake your hand?
No,
Okay.
well, not during.
Okay, well, that's
but
good.
But I will say that when I go into bathrooms now, I try to go into the stall because
I would too.
Because enough people have tried to scope it out that I'm like.
I don't know.
Why subject myself to that?
Being a guy in general, I don't know how y'all just pee in front of each other all the time. It just feels so odd to me. But it doesn't happen often. Thanks, Blair. Now, Entourage movie. Is it going to be a movie?
I hope so, and everyone wants it to happen.
I'm sure
and
people
we
are
think
asking
it'll
you
happen.
constantly.
I think it'll happen, but at this point, it's not set in stone.
So just
Nothing
fingers
official.
crossed.
Fingers crossed, exactly.
But you're not going to be gone from TV for long because you have a new show. Am I right?
Yes. I'm
Suburgatory.
Suburgatory. You said it perfectly.
Now, what's Suburgatory about?
There's this single dad, and he has a teenage daughter, and they live in Manhattan, and he becomes convinced that not only is she sexually active, but she might actually be a slut.
Oh.
So
he come to grips to it.
Yeah. So he packs them up and he moves to the suburbs, and I
Okay.
play like the guidance counselor at the high school.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see it. Real quick, you came into some money recently, right?
Oh, I was in Las Vegas, and do you know what a hand pay is?
No.
Basically, my game is the slots. So
I love the slots. I love Wheel of Fortune.
Exactly. It takes no skill, but there's this weird arbitrary cutoff. If you win less than $1,200, you can go to the machine and get your money. But if you win more than that, then an actual person has to come and dole out the money to you. So I was playing Wizard of Oz, and and I got the ruby slipper bonus, and all these bubbles came out.
And you won?
And I won.
It must be because you're a friend of Dorothy.
Yes, exactly. Wow, you went there. Okay, yeah. That's exactly why. That's exactly why.
Thank you so much to Rex Lee. Entourage airs Sunday nights on HBO. Stick around. Great Moments of De-Evolution is up next.
Oh, you saw the monitor?
Yes, and the cockroaches.
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new Attack of the Show. NBA superstar Al Harrington sits down with Kevin the Ballmaster Pereira for another disgraceful time to sports. Then Nick Swardson, star of Bucky Larson, Born to be a Star, will join us to talk about his new movie and pornography. And we take a game break with the latest installment of the football video game franchise Madden NFL 12. See it tomorrow.
That was a heck of a show.
Quite a heck of a show. Let's do the Twitter wall.
Let's do this.
That's nice, Blair. You want to read one?
Doesn't reach, doesn't matter anymore. Kyle Monkey says, should I start playing Magic if it can score me a date with Sarah? Kyle Monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
But you have to win.
Yeah. Also,
you have to be rich, don't you know that?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm
go
kidding.
for it.
It was a joke. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
you're good with it. Sarah's over there saying, yeah, Kyle, I've always wanted to date a guy whose last name was Monkey. There she is. Look at her. There's gossiping with her girlfriends. Go ahead, show Sarah. Can we show Sarah?
You just
Look
be
at
a nice boy and I'll go on a date with you.
There you go. Oh, I love that. So cute. So cute.
I think Sarah's going to have a lot of dates.
You just opened a door that you may want to close quickly, lady.
Griff Moy,
yeah.
can we have a woo face off to end the show?
Actually, it's woo! It's more like that.
Thank you for clearing that up.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that, Blair.
I'll never do that again. I promise you that.
Do you want to read one more?
Jessica_Shobot says, hey, OTS, that guest host you got from the show is mighty handsome. Smiley face, maybe a penis, I don't know. I could tell you, right, just by the grammar you used, you sound pretty hot, so thank you. Thank you much for that. I appreciate that very much. That's cool.
If you want to be a part of the show and end up on our Twitter wall, tweet us at AOTS or use the hashtag AOTS.
You sound super hot. Great Moments is our country's fame welfare system.
But your 15 minutes has been downgraded to 15 seconds. Blair, do you know what the preferred drink of Great Moments is?
Sure, whiskey straight from the bottle, right?
Close. It's a Molotov cocktail.
Oh.
I'm videoing, go. Dude, oh my God.
Okay, here's the thing, though, and I got to point this out. That guy whose parents are clearly brother and sister, at least he had the smarts to do it in a stream.
That's very true.
So you got that going for you, bud.
Okay.
You got that going for you.
All right, this week's rating system is Mason-Dixie Moonshine. How many jugs should we give him?
Well, I think we should give him 1 out of 5 there, Ken.
All right, I like that. 1 out of 5.
there.
1 out of 5.
Shoom. Probably going to practice that before the show tomorrow. Ladders and plywood are common everyday items for anyone who works in construction.
Luckily for us, morons are slightly more creative than construction workers.
All right, here we go. Oh!
I don't even know what they were trying to do there.
No,
what was going on?
It's the classic
Stupid.
2 bicycles, ladder, we drank a bunch, we got the guy standing above it, they collide through the cardboard while people watch stunt. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Everybody does that stuff.
Don't get it.
You guys are idiots! Wow. How many of those idiots get?
Uno.
Oh no! One more time.
Only one.
They don't speak Spanish, but I bet they know how dumb they are.
Our final video today comes from Nutshot Hall of Famer The Horse.
You're a Hall of Famer in the Nutshot department, Horse. Congrats. This time around, the Horse employs several cinder blocks and a sledgehammer. Do what he does best.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so my favorite part of that video, it's a little science lesson there. You can actually see in the slow-mo shot the kinetic energy transfer from his balls to his taint. Just
His parents must be so proud.
They are not proud at all.
How many should we give him?
5 out of 5 on that one right there. That guy was stupid.
I can't
That guy was stupid. Yeah. Here's a true story, though. Every week, actually every single week, we actually send this segment to Congress with a note asking them to increase education spending. Every single week, we ask them to do that.
And one day, they'll listen.
That day. Just listen to us once, please. Please, Congress.
Yes, please. Maybe one day. Fingers crossed. Thanks to our guests, Rex Lee, Morgan Wham, and a very special thanks to Blair Herter for hosting with me the past 2 days. Blair, you rock.
Thank you very much.
Ooh, he's the best, this guy. Looks good.
How much for you? I am the best.
Good night.